What is going on, VooDies? We're going to have a weird day today. Normally I look over there. Today I got to look over here, but that's A-okay. Lot going on. We're going to go start to finish on everything today except the Cuban bread. Couple of easy cheats, but that's all right. Hope everybody's having a great day. We are outside. I got to tell you, there's a little bit of breeze happening. I was a little scared this morning. They said it's going to be 92 degrees here in beautiful Tampa, Florida, with it feels like of 105. And I got to tell you, that scared me a little bit. But we're here rocking and rolling. We're going to bust it out anyway. Today we're making a Cuban Frita burger, and we're going to do that with our blend of chorizo. We're going to flip it up a little bit, and that's the beauty of what we do. You can change up anything. We sent you the recipes. We gave you some options to make things ahead of time. If you did that, awesome. We should have made the chorizo a day in advance. The more it sets, the more those flavors really dig in and set in. But we're going to play, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to start tonight with a drink that I was introduced to, man, probably about almost 10 years ago now, called a michelada. Some people call it a michelada. You do you. But in its most basic format, it is a beer with some hot sauce and some lime. Now, we're going to do things just a little extra. We're not going to go full-blown extra, just a little extra because we can. And we'll talk about why we're not going full-blown in a minute. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of VooDoo Red and just put a little mound down. Now, depending on how many glasses we're going to make, that's going to depend on how much you put down. We're only doing one glass tonight because Patrick's got to sit over there. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
You know, I think you and I are both fighting something.
We are.
And you know what? I think I've already had about a quarter of a bottle of tequila for some pain medicine here tonight because my back is on fire. All right. Let's get back to this michelada here. So I've got a nice big tall glass here, and we're going to rim the glass kind of like we did for that espresso old-fashioned we did the other day. It's got a lime, and I'm just going to hit the rim of my glass nice and good with this lime. I like lime in most of my drinks. You can use a lemon if you want. I put limes with my Jack. I put limes with my 512. I'm going to drop a big old lime inside my michelada. But tonight we're also going to rim our glass with a little VooDoo Red. I think you guys can all see that in your shot there. Go forward. Now, guys, I got to tell you, this drink's pretty simple to make. It's not too complicated. You're going to take some of your favorite hot sauce, and you're going to drop it down in the bottom of that glass. A couple dashes, up to you, depending on how hot you like it. I want you to think of that Bloody Mary. You can put as much or as little as you want, depending on the heat level you like. Now we're going to take our lime, and I'm going to squeeze it in there with that hot sauce. The rest of the half lime that I use to rim my glass, and I'm going to drop it right in. Fill this bad boy to the top with ice, and I'm kind of going slow. I don't want to spill it everywhere. I don't want to mess up my rim, but I want to make sure I got it full of ice. Now we said think about that Bloody Mary. We've talked about Bloody Marias before. We've even done Bloody Murders, and I'm going to tell you, we invented the Bloody Gas Bar. The michelada is kind of like a Mexican twist on all of that. You know, when we're sitting around in the cantinas and the bars, we're drinking our beers. And if you know me, I'm drinking Coors Light. And we're just going to drop that right on top of that hot sauce and that ice and let it meld right in. Look at the red just sliding down that glass. We're filling that all the way to the top. We're going to let that head form. I was told you should have about a 1/4 inch head on a beer when you pour it. I don't know the truth to that or not. We're going to let that fall down, then we're going to take this all the way to the top. And you know what you do with the extra Coors Light, right?
Being a beer
Come back, my man.
I said being a beer person. I'm not sure how I feel.
You know what? I'm a Coors Light guy. We all know that. We get a little mix on this, guys. And we got a nice little afternoon treat. You know, I want you to think it's a nice hot day here, much like it probably would be down in Mexico. And we got to have our ice cold drinks to keep us cool. You know, that hot sauce is going to give it a little kick, a little punch. The lime's going to just make that acid's going to make it hit. The red around the rim gives it a nice little Southwest flair. Now, I said we could fancy this up and we could doll this out. We could put limes on the rim. We could drop shrimp over the hook here. We could add clamato. We could dress this like any Bloody Mary. But today, it's about drinking it. So we didn't do all the accoutrement, but you can put whatever you want on it. Today, we're going to put my lips right on the rim of this bad boy. You know, you get that Southwest from the red, the nice cool beer. Acid from the lime just makes it all yummy. And that hot sauce. We're using Cholula today. It's what I found. We're using that because we're out of VooDoo Chef Firehouse. Firehouse would add a little bit of smoke flavor to that, along with that chili heat. Guys, nice afternoon cocktail. If you want to drop that beer in there and create something super, super cool. Something super different. Definitely try it on for size. And we could even kick it up another notch with a little 512. Patrick, do you drink micheladas?
I can't recall having ever.
First time I had one of my former students, Max Gerard, owner of Nosh Caterings, made it for me. And I was pleasantly surprised. And it's become part of what we do now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard for me to
you can imagine being outside right now. Now, if we have coolers out here, yeah, pulling it fresh out of that ice chest or pouring it right off the draft is going to be amazing. But, you know, if we don't have that, that ice just makes it where it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right. We're going to get kicking. I don't know who's in the room watching. I hope you're cooking with us. Looks like it's just us tonight, but that's okay. These replay, and you can watch them at any time. You can find them inside the VooDies private group. And I hope when you watch this, you cook along with us. Not so live, but still cook along with us. All right, here we go, homie. You ready? Start to finish. First thing we're going to make is our chorizo. I've got ground beef. I've got ground pork, and that's how it starts. And I'm going to strap up because we're doing this. No machines, no nothing. I would normally throw this all inside a mixing bowl with a flat paddle and let the machine do all the work. Tonight we're out here going live. Now I'm going to do my best to keep this where you can see it. This is a pretty simple recipe to follow, as long as I don't spill all the ingredients. So, what you're going to do is do all your mise en place. Always do your mise en place. And I don't know how much of my table you could see, but I've got everything laid out on the recipe cards, pre-measured, ready to go, so that we got everything rocking. That way it's just easy to pick up and go. We've got our pork and our ground pork and ground beef right here. We are going to add everything except for the water and the VooDoo Chef Red. So you can go ahead and add all of those ingredients right now. Just dump them all right in. Gotta love that Florida humidity. All right. Now, let me move these out of the way. The reason we don't add the red and the water is because we want to bring that water to a boil and then add the VooDoo Red to the water. We don't want to sprinkle this in. We want to create a paste. And the reason we say bring the water to a boil is to ensure that we form a nice paste. We're standing out here. I'm just going to mix it in. And I'm going to create a nice liquidy paste here. Doing just this, making sure that all that red gets dissolved so that when we add it in, we get a nice even distribution and we don't get pockets of that seasoning. Pretty simple. Add it right in. Now comes the fun part, huh? The part I love best. We get to get dirty. We're going to get in here and we're just going to make sure that we get this all mixed together. And, you know, kind of like your meatloaf, get in there and really work it. Make sure everything gets mixed in. Make sure we get even distribution. Your meat's going to take a red color from the other ingredients in there. And we just, oh, and man, you can smell it. Now, one thing that we do different, we do add tequila 512 into our chorizo. I've seen beer, I've seen no alcohol. You know, it's going to add to the flavor profile, and it adds to the aroma. The alcohol will combine with that fat and that water, which won't normally combine, and it's going to allow that to create a nice aroma as this cooks. And like I was saying earlier, if we make this a day in advance, those flavors just tend to meld a lot better. All the liquid will get kind of absorbed. It won't be as moist. It'll be a little bit more tight, a little more firm. And then we can form that and get those ready to rock and roll. Now, I'm not going to form any balls or patties yet because I want to make sure that these flavors meld. So I'm going to hold off till the very last minute to do that. So I'm just going to set this aside, almost as if I was setting it in the refrigerator overnight for it to set. Wowzers. Gotta love Florida, right? Hi guys, who we got tonight? We got Jen, we got Lizanne. Who's checking in tonight? Maybe Dave? What's that?
But both comments are new.
I hope you're cooking with us, my friend. All right. Now, in our Patreon group, we put up recipes and we said, go ahead and make it in advance. I did make my garlic butter. I always have pickles, and we always have cilantro onions. So those are already done. I said we're going start to finish. We are. We keep those in our fridge all the time. We're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to red sauce now. So break out your mies for your red sauce. And we're going to start building this out. So you talk about the Cuban Frita burger. You know, it's kind of their version of our hamburger. You know, everybody wants to be like Americans, whether they admit it or not. I mean, we're the badasses, right? So I'm curious. Do you guys think like the Chinese are sitting over in China right now? Somebody's there doing this right now, and they're saying, you know, everybody wants to be like the Chinese because we're the badasses. And somewhere in Iran or Iraq or Russia or Turkey or Greece, they're saying the exact same things. I wonder about shit like that. And then I go, no, they're not, because we're the best. All right. Here we go. Same thing. These recipes, I don't want to say they're easy, but they're easy. We combine everything. Now, I'm doing mine right inside a 1 pint. I have everything measured out in small rammies in advance. Do not measure over your container. When you do that, you run the risk of measuring too much, spilling, having me stress out, and ruining the recipe. And then, simple. Everyone's saying they want to be VooDoo. I doubt the fuck. Oh, not supposed to cuss. I doubt that. All right, so here we go. Much like Dora the Explorer. Bate, bate, chocolate. Now, we use ketchup. Our ketchup has a different viscosity than the sauce we're making. This is going to be a lot more runny. And that's what we want. We want this to be nice and runny. And if you look at this, it's not even biting onto the whisk as I spin. And that's exactly what we want. Dish is done on the sauce. Red sauce, rojo, salsa roja, done. Now it's time to go to our Tampa aioli. This would be the mayo mustard of the burger. We're going to start with our mayonnaise. We're going to add our mustard. Should I come up on top here, Pat?
There we go.
We're going to add our mustard. Make sure we get it all. Then we're going to add our VooDoo Chef mojo. What makes our mojo different than the ones on the store? We're using real sour oranges, and I know we are because I produce it. Some of these other places say real sour orange. Sometimes, kind of like with that Angostura bitters, they call themselves Angostura bitters, even though there's no wood from Angostura in there, like the original. So I know what goes into ours. All VooDoo Chef products are all natural. No additives, no preservatives, no thickening agents, no anti-caking agents, none of that stuff. Add everything right into the 1 pint and bate. And this is Tampa sauce would be just the mayonnaise and the mustard. We're adding a little bit of VooDoo dust, and we're adding that mojo, that sour orange. It's the only thing, pretty much, that's going to separate VooDoo Tampa sauce from the Tampa aioli. And the reason we put that in there is that sour orange and that acid just do something magical to the Tampa sauce. And look at how this holds on. This is super yummy. I would eat this with a spoon. All right. Guys, we're just like pushing right through. Finish the recipes, crumble them up, get rid of them. That way I know we're done. And we're pretty much at a point of cook. Lizanne, are you cooking along with us? Just curious. Patrick, is one of those you? Or are we up to 2 now?
One of them is
No problem. All right, here we go. It's time. So if you look at our recipes, you'll see something like this. This is what we call our build recipe. This tells us how to assemble everything. And on this one here, you can follow those measurements if you want. Most of us cooks would just go to step number 7 and follow A through J, where it tells us to build, and we would prep accordingly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and build straight from that, and we'll just prep accordingly. And I already know what I forgot. As I was building my build, I was getting the shredded lettuce ready, and Angelina says, "Pop, seriously, iceberg?" Yeah, iceberg. That's what traditionally would be put on this, a nice little iceberg shred. And she goes, "There's no nutritional value in that. It doesn't taste like any." I know. I said, "What would you rather have?" "Well, you know I don't want cheese." "Okay, we'll leave the cheese off." "Can we have arugula?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And I left the arugula in the house. So she's going to have to add the arugula herself. But here we go. We're going to start right away. Now, you can get Cuban bread at your market. And you can cut your Cuban bread into little 4-inch squares. Kind of like a ciabatta you might see nowadays on a caprese sandwich or something like that. You can form your Cuban bread into nice little hamburger rolls, kind of like we have here. Tonight, we're kicking it up even more. What I have here, and we're going to try to get as close as we can to this camera. What I have here are a brand new product from Eurobake. This has been made special for VooDoo Chef, VooDoo Bash, the best burger in the state of Florida. And if you look close at that, you can see the red specks in there. And you can see that there's a nice little cornmeal on the outside of this. We look inside, look at the spread on this bun, and look at the color of that. This bun is called the 57 bun. And those red specks that you're seeing in there are Heinz 57. And this bun is inspired by Heinz 57, who partnered with us last year. And so we're going to go ahead and try the Cuban Frita burger on this brand new bun tonight, just to take it around the block, try it on for size. And I'm super, super excited because this is the first time anyone's tasting it. And if you want to know what it tastes like, real simple. Get your tickets to VooDoo Bash. VooDoo Bash tickets are available right now at VooDooBash.com or on Eventbrite. VooDooBash.eventbrite.com. Doesn't matter where you go; they're all the same price. Except if you go to Eventbrite, you're gonna have to pay the fees. If you go to the VooDoo Chef page, VooDoo Bash, straight VooDoo Bash, there are no fees. But you do you. Some people like that Eventbrite for that. You know, I know it's real. Okay, you do you. We're okay either way. This bun will be made available to all the competitors, and we're going to see who chooses it and who decides to go with it. We're going with one pot today. That's it, just the one. We're going to go start to finish right in this one cast iron skillet, and we're going to make it work. We are going to, as my boy Tim Gunn would say, not that I watch that show, make it work, ladies. Patrick's smiling because he watches that show too. I mean, he watches that show. All right, here we go. I got my garlic butter spread right on there. So no GBPB tonight. This is garlic butter 57 bun. So GB57B. And we're just going to get a nice toast on here. It's going to warm these up all the way through. That butter, as it toasts, it's also steaming a little bit, softening up that bun, making it super duper yummy. Look at that. Oh, man. Dude. People are going to like, you say that every, yeah, I know. Dude, you need to be here. Because just the garlic butter in the pan, and I'm feeling better.
Yeah, garlic butter.
I'm feeling so much better. I might be doing another shot. All right, look at that. Look at that. Super yummy. We're going to go ahead and pull these. Now, if you're following your build chart, first thing it says, bottom of the toasted Cuban bread. We're going aioli, divided. We're going to take a little bit of that aioli, put it on the bottom bun, creating that barrier for the fat. We say it all the time. We got to create that barrier for the fat. Take our top buns off. Holy man. I am super duper excited. All right, here's where we would put our shredded lettuce. Not this guy, forgot it. And then our sliced tomatoes. Roma tomatoes, always what I use. I always go in threes. It's not some numerology thing. I was told by an art teacher the odd numbers are more pleasing on the eye, so I always stay with my threes. And so far, that's where we are. If you got your shredded lettuce, you're groovy. All right, time for our chorizos. We all know double smash, double hand drip, right? You do you. You do you. If you don't want the double smash, you don't have to double smash. If you want a single patty, do a single patty. We all know these go into my girls. So they're single patty kind of ladies. We're going to do a nice little 4-ounce bowl. Drop it in. And we're going to get our smash on. Oh my God, dude! I'm only making 2 burgers. I've already failed because it's like this needs to be for me. You don't have to. We're gonna season with a little extra red because that's how I do. You could use your salt and pepper. You could use your VooDoo Chef dust. I'm just using the red. It's the flavors that's already in there. red does have salt in it, but it is not the same as using salt. So make sure you are fully aware. All right, I'm going to cover up my aioli because, like I said, I would eat that with a spoon. Now, just like all the other burgers, we're on medium. We're going nice and slow so people can follow. Clorox wipes. You wanted them moved? I use Clorox wipes for absolutely everything. And Lizanne, you should know that. You see them on my desk all day. All right, so like anything else we're cooking, we're going to watch the side of the patty. We're going to watch the heat come up. We do have pork in here. We have to hit the proper temps. We got to go to 155 for the ground beef. So with the pork, it's okay, but we just want to make sure we're cooked all the way through. Let's not throw any mid-rares here today. Just like we're watching the sides, we also want to watch the center of the patties. Remember, as the burger is cooking, those juices are being pushed up. So as you see the juices start to pop out the top, you know that it's almost halfway cooked because those juices are now coming the other way. And you can simply watch for that. The higher we are, the faster that char is going to happen, and we're not going to see it as drastically. So, you know, control your heat. That's the beauty of what we do, and probably 90% of being an amazing cook is learning how to control the heat. And that's what we want to do. Just watch these, keep that heat in check, and eventually we're going to give these boys a flip, and we're going to be on the home side of having these things done. The official wipes of VooDoo Chef. Hold on, we'll see how official they are. One moment, please. One moment, please. I'm looking for where they're made. We might have to find a wipe made in the USA. I don't know where these are made. We're going to do that research before we call them a VooDoo official. All right, so my burgers here, we're going to switch to our real spat. Loosen these up, get these ready. I'm watching that heat come. You can see a little bit of the juices coming up right there on the side. Not a whole bunch yet, little right there. We're going to go ahead and get these flipped. Look at that cook. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This would be the perfect time. Turn this on low. Drop that cheese right on there. Got to tell you, I am a American cheese guy. If I were doing this, this would have American nostalgia all over it. Because we are trying to do our version of a traditional Frita, it's got Swiss cheese. But if this were my burger, we would pull that Swiss and we would drop that American on there. The girls don't like the cheese, so it's not going on tonight. Again, you do you. That's the beauty of cooking. A lot of hang out and wait right now. You know what we should do? We should have a shot of 512. I got a cool shot glass. It's too small, I can't read it.
So essentially what it says, Clorox was produced in Georgia, 1967.
I think we found the official wife of the VooDoo Chef. Oh no. You know what? I got mine down on one. A BRB.
I'll be here.
All right. Definitely cannot be a Frita burger without potato sticks. I left them inside, so when I said, oh my God, we got to have potato sticks, I grabbed the arugula, and I may or may not have grabbed a slice of American nostalgia because these look that good. All right, I don't know where fixed it.
Cool.
Camera. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and add the arugula. Let's just remove that camera right here. Try that. All right.
No.
Production crew. It's that gosh darn production crew.
Can't find good.
All right, guys. We're going to drop these right on. And then we'll put them in place so we can watch the final build. That American nostalgia is just like saying, eat me now, dude. And some fat guy is saying, yes, please. All right, where's my... Right. Now we just go right back to our build chart, okay? We got the patties. We're gonna just hit a little bit salsa roja. Doesn't need a lot of this. Look at that. But look at that color on there. I gotta tell you, the flavor is gonna hit equally as hard. My favorite part of the VooDoo version of this burger, kind of like black beans when you put those onions on top. Instead of putting our LTOQ, we've got our lettuce. Here comes our onion. Our tomatoes are already on there. Look at those beautiful minced onions with cilantro and lime. I'm going to tell you, keep these in your house and eat them all the time. VooDoo Chef Quickles on the homepage of our website. On the homepage of our YouTube channel, rather. Shows you right how to make them. I don't even need to say it, do I, Patrick?
You do not.
I'd love to say I'll hold it for you till I see you tomorrow, but that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Now, I've gone places where they do like this, and they go, "Oh my God, let's get these on here. Let's Guys, we're not playing pickup sticks here. Put these things on here. Don't be shy with these. I mean, look at that. Top this bad boy right there. And I'm going to tell you, that is a baller Cuban Frita burger. That is a baller Cuban Frita burger. I hope we see pictures of yours. I would love to check them out. Patrick, we playing VooDoo games?
You're not.
No, we could. I'm ready. VooDoo. Listen, like, guys, please. Really? Let's not do that. There it is. We learned a lot of things tonight. We learned how to make a michelada. We learned that you can make it much like a Bloody Mary, putting whatever you want in it. We learned about the Cuban Frita, the 57 bun, American nostalgia, subbing out that lettuce that's no good with the arugula. Most importantly, you do you. And that the Clorox wipes made right here in the good old US of A are the official wipes of the VooDoo Chef. I got nothing but love for everybody. Let's see your pictures of these Frita burgers. Post them, share them. I hope we see you at VooDoo Bash. More importantly, I hope we see you next month. Cooking live right here at VooDoo's Unite. We'll see you, homie.